All three of Maryland basketball's entrants were invited to the NBA Draft Combine, per multiple reports. Guard Kevin Huerter, forward Justin Jackson and center Bruno Fernando will participate in the event, held May 16 to 20 in Chicago. While Jackson has already signed with an agent and thus can't withdraw from the draft, Huerter and Fernando's performances there in athletic testing and in scrimmages against other prospects could play a large part in their respective decisions about whether to return to school or remain in the draft. They have until May 30 at 11:59 p.m. to withdraw their names, and both are likely to return if they don't believe they'll be drafted in the first round. The website NBA Draft News ranks Fernando the No. 27 available prospect and Huerter No. 39. Both have received some mentions as possible first-round picks, but this year's draft crop is viewed as one of the best in recent years, while next year's appears considerably weaker. Huerter, a 6'7" rising junior, is valued for his sweet shooting stroke. He shot 41.7% from three-point range last year, and his size and versatility. Fernando's appeal is the opposite of Huerter's skill-centered stock. The 6'10" rising sophomore is raw but powerfully built and athletic. What's the next big story at Maryland? Before you finish reading, take 5 seconds now to sign up for our free Terps newsletter. We'll deliver the latest big news to you. Jackson, a 6'7" sophomore, opened some eyes with his play at last year's Combine, but opted at the last minute to return to Maryland. He got off to a slow start to this past season and opted for season-ending shoulder surgery after 11 games. Sources said his decision was motivated by his hopes of being healthy in time for the pre-draft season. There was little question he'd leave Maryland following the season even while his stock dipped. ESPN's Jeff Goodman called Jackson's decision the worst among the 181 college underclassmen who declared for the draft. Justin Jackson. A year ago, the 6'7" Maryland forward was considered a guy who could play his way into the first round in this year's draft. However, his season ended due to a shoulder injury after 11 games, and now one NBA executive told me he wouldn't be shocked if Jackson goes undrafted. But Jackson has signed with an agent, instead of returning to the Terrapins and showing NBA guys he is worthy of a first-round pick. Losing Huerter or Fernando would deliver a huge blow to Mark Turgeon's hopes of a breakout season. If both were to stay in the draft, the team's prospects would go from a likely top 20 preseason ranking to a rebuilding year. Point guard Anthony Cowan, the team's leading scorer last season, will return for his junior year. Huerter is viewed by some as the team's best player, and Fernando is its only proven commodity in the post after he averaged 10.3 points and a team-high 6.5 rebounds as a freshman. This will be a great experience for Kevin to get honest feedback from NBA teams and executives. Turgeon said in a release 2 weeks ago when Huerter announced he would test the draft waters. Taking advantage of this opportunity will allow Kevin and his family to make an informed decision about his future.